Robin Williams' daughter left Twitter after receiving cruel messages and photos from other users. Her case is high profile, but this kind of abuse happens every day online, and no one is doing anything about it. There are people, maybe some you know, who thought it funny, edgy, or amusing to send abusive and cruel images to the daughter of recently deceased Robin Williams. Realize there are people who think it time of grieving is an opportune moment to send cruel messages to a harmless 25-year-old woman, merely because Zelda Williams' father is famous. But, worse than all this, realize that Zelda's horrible experience isn't unique. It's only the latest, high-profile example of an environment we've created and which powerful organizations do little to change. I want to believe that when hearing news of the death of a widely adored individual, most of us don't use modern technology to send horrible images and cruel messages to their family. I want to believe that no one reading this acts toward a grieving daughter such that she is forced to abandon social media platforms entirely. Because if you do those things, there is no appeal that will change your mind. It's not about reasoning, arguing, or debating, it's about maintaining an inclusive, exclusionary, and toxic environment. Human cruelness remains, even if violence itself is declining. As the links above note, Zelda Williams received horrific messages and has left social media indefinitely. She's not the first, and she won't be the last. Women give up entirely or don't tackle topics that mean a lot to them because they are unable to, due to the volume of angry men threatening them with violence and rape. On and on it goes. There will be another woman like Williams tomorrow, only most of us won't know. Many people like to think of digital places like Twitter as a moral-free zone. They might look at Zelda, or at any number of women being attacked, and shrug it off, muttering about more important things to worry about than some well-off, healthy person living a comfortable life in a Western democracy. Sure, they'd agree the language might be a little uncalled for, but they don't particularly care. Indeed, this is how police reacted to Amanda Hess when she reported that she was being stalked on Twitter. Shrug shoulders, move on. Or perhaps Twitter's motto, block and report. But you can't dismiss this as just Twitter because it's symptomatic of what happens to people on the internet, and you should care what happens to marginalized people on the internet just as you would otherwise in the sphere beyond your monitors, because today's internet is just another sphere of life. For some of us, like yours truly, the internet is how they manage to eat and keep the lights on, it's where they maintain their passions, it's how they're able to do better. To crumple the internet into a paper tiger and knock it off your privilege banister is to undermine the real-world effects it has. People lose their jobs and obtain them, find loved ones and break up families, find a life and succeed where they otherwise would not. Why tolerate toxicity in a powerful sphere of modern life that has the potential to, and does, benefit so many? Why should it be the case that that's just what happens on the internet?